Welcome back, everybody, to the stream. Sorry for the light delay. I needed to move something. It was very necessary to move it, unfortunately. Let me just get some coughs out of the way while I switch us to the console. Yay! So last time on stream, we got to level 40 and decided to do a little bit of then some, I think. And then I chose not to stream on Friday due to very excessive tiredness. It is an unfortunate art of low sleep for some reason. Anyway, let's get the ball rolling. Woohoo! I'm out of breath. I might have sprinted down a hallway. Not my brightest idea, but hey, this is coming from someone who is trying to level grind to level 99 just to beat up Twilight Thorn for funsies. I don't have to be sane. Ah, what a week. And we're getting pretty close to the holidays, so I'm going to have to decide whether or not I do any sort of streaming this next week. It's definitely not going to happen on Christmas because I will be spending time with family. I'll have to create some sort of schedule. Well, that's a 4, but that's okay. We're starting off the grind and we're getting the ball rolling. No! No! I refuse to be sleepy. Seriously, this happens every time. I genuinely think I just, like, chill out and relax every time I start these streams. And so I'm just like, everything's good. I'm here. I'm beating up Dusks. I'm letting them smack the crap out of me so then I can get more XP out of them. It's a great day. And honestly, it is. I had a decent lunch. I still was able to get some stuff done. I even did some exercise and went on a jog. I unfortunately have folded my knee again to the point where it hurts. And I just thought about that and realized I needed to unfold it. But that is a-okay. We are working. Woo! Oh, goodness me. I also, just the other night, poked around on the server my friends and I play on a Minecraft server, and y'all are gonna love this. I'm not very good when it comes to mobs and combat and stuff. And despite the fact that I have, like, high-level gear thanks to my friends who are way better at the game than I am, I still ran and hid from a baby zombie. In my defense, in Minecraft, when zombies bang on the door, it is extremely loud. And I mean extremely loud. It is kind of, like, way too real. And if you've ever heard somebody bang on your door when you're just minding your own business and chilling, it's a little scary. So I was just like, and so I immediately flew away and I think it despawned because that thing had armor. So it wasn't burning up in the sun. So in short, I am a big wimp when it comes to baby zombies. I have plenty of reasons. They move too fast. They move way too fast. I probably would have been fine if I just got in a fight with it. Because there are other ways to get XP. I'd be okay. But like I said, I'm a bit of a wimp in Minecraft. So that's all fine and dandy. Meanwhile in Kingdom Hearts, when I was playing KH3, I was very surprised by a certain plot point. I won't spoil it, but basically I did not expect that to go that way. Considering I'm just like, alright, let's go, let's fight this thing. And how it didn't go well. I was so down to fight that thing. I'm like, yeah, we can totally do this. And I'm like, wait, what? What? I'm not getting the option to fight it? Let me fight it. Let me try. We can fight buildings. We have broken buildings and giant dragons. We can fight this thing. Oh well. It certainly threw me for a loop, and it was very perfect for that, so I quite enjoyed it. Nothing quite like being thrown for a loop in a game. Actually, I think I was quite the sucker for some of the fan service shenanigans that happened in KH3. Because honestly, I was just having a blast. I was having an absolute blast the entire time. That reminds me, I still don't have the Remind DLC, and I really, I really ought to get it because I think I would have a lot of fun with it. Because I have a file of KH3 where I've hit level 99, I've got all the hidden Mickeys, I even maxed out the Gummy Ship, and I have the Ultima weapon now, so I could cut loose a little bit with that one. I've had the easiest time with that game. It's very funny. It's very funny indeed. I hope that once I get to level 99 and beyond, I hope that I don't just rely on brute force and learn a few more technical strategies. Like, for example, when we get to Timeless River, I fully intend on having used Chicken Little at least once before then. Hopefully I get him before then. That way those stupid cars don't cause me as much grief. 'Cause, oh boy, those things are the worst. And unfortunately, when I created this file, I made it uncritical. Why? Because at that time, I could still physically do that. Nowadays, I don't think I can actually physically handle the difficulty. For some reason, my brain just like shuts off or something. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe things will be back in motion, especially since I've been doing a lot of math. Like, my brain doesn't go, ooh, every time I have to count something so simple. So, I'm making progress. I think it's a great time. Like, of all the things that I thought I would get from doing this project of, like, getting to level 99 before Twilight Thorn, I did not expect my enjoyment of dividing, multiplying, and subtracting by 8. 8 has become my sort of favorite number, solely because I think it's hilarious that I'm getting really good at remembering the multiples of 8. If I remember right, that used to be one of my not so strong points. It's kind of like, okay, there's times tables where, like, I think it used to go to, like, at least 12. Like, 12 by 12. But I always get a little bit messy when it comes to, like, the upper numbers. Anyway, so 9 times 6, that's 54. You know what 7 times 8 is? 56. Do you know how confusing that is for a kid? Very, very confusing. I mean, I was learning this in, like, the 1st grade or something like that. Maybe I don't know. My math education was a little bit wonky. Like, I learned from these arithmetic books because I was partially homeschooled, and then I went to 1st grade, so I was a little bit ahead of... I think. Yeah. I would love to do an arithmetic book again. Maybe I should go... If I were to do that, maybe I would go for, like, doing a 5th or 6th grade arithmetic book, just to brush up on the basics. Especially when it comes to algebra. Maybe I should brush up on my notes. But like I said, I did not expect to reignite my enjoyment of math and numbers. Which is hilarious because sometimes numbers scare me. I think it's when numbers become excessively important that I have problems with them. When they just seem like arbitrary or kind of fun to do, or like figuring out stuff to puzzle solve, then it's fun. But when it comes to like the numbers where it's like, oh, hey, these numbers are very important, do not go below certain numbers. It's like, ah! That's how it is. That is how it is. I do apologize in advance. It seems like I'm going to cough a little bit during this stream. I'm gonna try to negate that by drinking some water, because I need to. Water is life. I had an orange earlier, because I was like craving vitamin C, and I was like, oh hey, there are oranges available. I'm like, can I have one? And the answer was yes. So I had like one of those little mini oranges, like before the stream, and before I even started setting up for the stream. Oranges are great, unless you're allergic to them, then obviously don't eat them. But they are an excellent source of vitamin C, which is very helpful for fueling your white blood cells and helping them fight things. I won't go into details of all the things that they fight. You will get exhausted, and you might become a germaphobe, and no one wants to become a germaphobe. It is not fun. I mean, it's good to be able to keep track of being clean and stuff, but it's not fun when it becomes like a source of anxiety. That's what I'm saying. You don't want your safety to be a source of anxiety, because then it feels the opposite of safe. You know what I mean? Yeah. That sort of thing. It's extra funny too, because a while back I was like, ooh, hey, cells at work, this ought to be interesting, and I had a lot of fun watching that, so now every time I have vitamin C, I'm like, alright, white blood cells, enjoy. Get your fuel. Everybody come get your juice. Oh. Especially works because it's oranges, so orange juice. Just straight from an orange. Oh no, I just thought of something absolutely horrendous. Maybe not directly biting into an orange, but peeling the orange and just biting into it without separating the slices. I feel like that would be messy. That would be really gross and messy. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. It's kind of like with the Kit Kat, you kind of want to try out what happens, how it's like, what it's like to eat a Kit Kat without, breaking apart each individual section. It's alright. It's not the most recommended. It definitely tastes better when you just have it piece by piece. And I don't seem to like it anymore the way I used to eat it. I used to eat it very strange and methodically, like I would eat the chocolate off the edges of each section. And then separate the wafers one by one from top to bottom. I don't know, it was very fun to do that. I don't know why I did it though. Maybe to make the Kit Kat last longer. That sounds like something I would do. I would definitely try to do something to make a treat like that last longer. Because that's what they are. They are treats. Oh my goodness. Oh. Just the other day, funny enough, I got extremely distracted. So now I don't have a death counter, just because. We'll start the death counter officially when we beat up Twilight Thorn. But we do have a total of 3 deaths during this now, instead of 2. And it was because I got a little distracted. I can't remember what distracted me either. It was something. There was something distracting me at the time. But either way, got distracted, got annihilated, and I was like, oh no. Yeah. Thankfully, it wasn't that much of a difference. It was like, I was about like 1200 away from level 40 that time, so. Gosh, I even remember the numbers. Actually, that's pretty normal. That is very normal indeed. Ave Maria. That song will forever be stuck in my head. Even though I was never a choir kid, I probably should have done choir. Or got better with band. I don't know, I'm coming up with stuff on the fly. That is not a lie though about the band thing. I didn't practice on a regular basis in band. So I know like basic notes on the flute, but I am definitely not a professional. Not in the slightest. I can't remember the last time I played my flute. Okay, it's been a couple years probably. Maybe a couple months? A few months? Oh, I need to get a cork for it. I want to replace the tuning cork. It needs to be replaced again. It's probably ugly. And I want to replace the ugly cork and make it look nice. My poor flute. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to learn. Again. I still have the tools. I have the tools and the means to be able to learn. Like I have the time. So I don't know what I'd use it for. Someone summoning me in the distance. Fire across the... No. No. No, we are not doing My Heart Will Go On. It shall not go on. Oh, I gotta do so much tomorrow because I neglected my waffles. Yeah. I'm gonna see how that turns out. Whew, chilly. I'm getting the chills for no reason. Well, actually, it's not for no reason. It's actually kind of cold. Again. Everyone, like, oof. Temperature is just not very temperature right now. Like, sometimes it's way too hot, and then other times it's way too cold. It's like the universe cannot decide. Oh, that was actually a pretty satisfying yawn. I needed to do that. That felt very nice. I wish my sleep was a little bit more satisfying. I woke up at 3 a.m. I did not enjoy the 3 a.m. workup. Workup? What the heck? Huh, okay. Well, 3 a.m. was not fun or kind to me. I did not appreciate being woken up at 3 a.m. because of a crappy dream. I can't even remember what it was. I just know it was very upsetting. I think there was something that was about to happen, and I didn't want to be there for it, so I woke up. Not the first time that that's happened because of a dream. But goodness sakes. Oh, oh my goodness. Nothing quite so relaxing as playing Kingdom Hearts and beating up dusks for hours on end. I love it. Was that 2 8s? I didn't pay attention to the math there. I found that the less I pay attention to the remaining XP, the faster it feels like it's going. Aww, a puppy. Would you like some attention, puppy? Reach for me. Yay! I found a puppy. Who is saying hello and asking for pets. So I am obliging because pets are important. And yeah. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yes, she's a good puppy. It's not actually a puppy, I just say puppy because sometimes they feel like they're just babies to you. Sometimes a dog feels like it's just a baby. I need to pay attention to where I'm turning though. Goodness sakes. Drum dog. Are you a good drum dog? She says yes, I'm a good drum dog. Now I'm gonna go and chill. Good dog. Oh, what a good day. Ooh. I hope that I receive snow. And by snow, I mean like enough to build a snowman. I want to build a snowman this year. And then possibly a snow turtle that I will inevitably trip over in the yard because I can't see it that well. I need that to happen again because it was funny the first it was funny the first time. It was even more hilarious the second time. If it becomes a pattern or tradition, we just gotta have it become a tradition at this point for me to trip over a snow turtle. It's necessary at this point. It's happened like almost at least 2 years in a row. It's gotta happen for number 3. Well, it's happened the times where it snowed. And it was very funny. And maybe, just maybe, I will have the fuel to do snow shoveling. Yay! It sounds silly to be excited about snow shoveling, but I'm thinking of trying to figure out some snow shoveling techniques that won't destroy my back. Speaking of back, gotta sit up straight so that my back is doing less of the work and my core muscles are doing more of the work because I do not want to curve myself forward like a shrimp. It's not only good for my posture, but it's also good for my diaphragm, which helps me be able to speak in long times. It's very important, actually. I literally, when the first couple of, like back in late September, early October, I was having a little bit of trouble with my voice when I started streaming a lot, because I'm like talking away, so then Twitch doesn't throw a fit at the Destati in the background and mutes the stream or anything like that. And I was like, okay, I'm talking a lot. It's making my throat hurt because I'm not used to it. What do I do? Well, one, drink water, so I've always got water with me, and two, sitting up straight and keeping my posture not scrunched helps with my diaphragm, so then that is doing more work for all the breathing and stuff. And it's been quite helpful. Plus, it's also just good for my body to make my core muscles do work, because let's face it, my core ain't doing anything. It's being lazy. And that's fun and all, but I would like to be able to do the things I used to, like a ridiculous amount of push-ups just to flex on somebody. I did that as a kid. Back in the glory days, I used to out-push up all the kids in my class. That's kind of what I sound like, but it is actually pretty honest truth there. There's no sense in exaggerating some of the shenanigans I've done. It's way more hilarious to just say what it was. And that really was the case, though. It was very fun. Oh, baby. Hey. Oh my gosh. Why? Why is it always Ave Maria? I don't know the lyrics to that song, so I can't really sing it all the way through. Maybe I should just put it on the background on loop. Not here. No. That would be cursed. Oh, gotta sit up. Oh my god, can I not eat oranges? I feel pain. Oh, hiccup. Or my stomach is just mad at me for hauling down a bunch of food earlier. I went out for Dairy Queen again because I was hungry, and I did not want the mac and cheese I made because I don't seem to like it as much as I used to. In my defense, though, I've always been like not a fan of any sort of dairy products, not because of like the whole digestive system, lactose intolerance thing. I was just never really much of a milk kid or a milk or cheese person to begin with. Like, I like cheese on things in moderation, but when you taste nothing but cheese, it's like, okay, maybe a little bit at a time. Let's chill with the cheese. Like, oh, hang on. Let me get these yawns out. They're needed. They're needed. Crap, where was I? But, long story short, I was not much of a milk drinker, once I was on solid food. Or on mushy food. And then once I was on solid food, I kind of quickly departed from squishy food. The only stuff that I like that's quote-unquote mushy is like gravy and stuff. Basically stuff that's warm and salty. Like mashed potatoes. With gravy. And vegetables and gravy. Oh my god, vegetables and gravy is so good. I love it so much. It's the best. I love it. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna have to make a whole to-do list, but hopefully there isn't some weird scheduling shenanigans that happens again tomorrow. If it does happen again tomorrow, okay, that's fine. I'll roll with it. And then, let's see. I'm gonna make a to-do list. I need to stop wobbling around. That's probably making someone seasick or something like that. Motion sick, that's the correct term. Let's see. Gotta make myself some waffles. I've got to get groceries because I'm gonna run out of butter soon. I always make sure I have a surplus of butter. I'm kind of a freak about that. Okay, maybe not a freak. That's an exaggeration. But the thing is my waffle recipe requires me to use 2 sticks of butter. A stick of butter in the US specifically is a half a cup of butter. I don't remember what that equivalent is in milliliters, but each package, at least in the US, is 4 sticks of butter, so a total of 2 cups of butter. So I use a total of 1 cup of butter for every single waffle recipe, because this is a doubled waffle recipe, just to keep in mind. And it gives you about 13 to 14 waffles depending on how I did the milk. Because I use a dry milk mix. Like, I use the powdered milk, mix it with the water and stuff, and blend it in with the eggs and stuff once I got the measurements right. Very useful. It saves me a lot of grief when it comes to milk. But it does mean that the waffle batter thickness varies, so sometimes it's a little bit less viscous and sometimes it's got a higher viscosity. And for anyone who's wondering what the heck I'm saying when I say viscosity, viscosity is just the thickness of a liquid. So like a higher viscosity liquid would be like molasses, most syrups that you think of, honey, and then a lower viscous liquid would be like water. I'm coming up with, I'm drawing a blank here. I think that's like 3rd grade science or something like that, but I don't know. I haven't been in education in a while, and especially not in the curriculum sector. I haven't been in the curriculum sector for a long while. I think I'd probably have an aneurysm trying to deal with that because of all the state testing. State and federal testing. Because unfortunately, schools have to do that to obtain the funding for their schools. Education funding is a freaking nightmare. And it's so necessary. Gosh dang it. I hate how gutted the public education system has gotten. It actually pisses me off. It genuinely pisses me off, actually. Because it's been so aggressively gutted to just not... One, it makes learning suck for everyone. And it focuses on training to the test and teaching to the test, and you don't actually really learn anything. And then thanks to Bush and the whole No Child Left Behind policy, everyone's getting left behind. Because it's like, oh, you can move on to the next grade. No, you need to be held back. Please be held back. It will be better for you, trust me. You will be glad. Saying this as a joke, it would be kind of funny if I just went into politics. But I think I would probably get, like, axed. I'm not joking about that. It would not be fun for me in the end. Because I'm not, like, 100% honest all the time, but gosh dang it, I would try to be the most honest and transparent politician there is if I went into politics. It's like, okay, if I'm gonna do this job, I better do it right. I want to do right by the people who vote for me, gosh dang it. And even the people who don't understand what the heck I'm doing, I would like them to be able to be helped out, you know? It's that sort of thing. Ooh, that's shiny. What is that? It's not on screen. I just realized I probably can point out random shiny things when I say that. I'm just like, ooh, shiny! And then it's like, there's nothing shiny there. Oh, hang on. I gotta do my obligatory, where is it? Oh, geez, they weren't joking either. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, cool. Alright, awesome. Awesome. Am I gonna have to reload that? I'm just gonna reload that. Crap. Perfection. Okay, let's continue. Whew. I'm just thinking about something. I'm trying to figure out if I had this conversation on stream or if I imagined having the conversation in anticipation for later down the line. I think it was the latter. Basically, what do I do once I hit level 99 and start making progression on the game? Do I just continue doing only Kingdom Hearts with the progression on the game? Do I switch it to just 2 days of something and then 1 day of another thing? It's one of those things that I'm gonna have to think about, you know? Oh, I'll have to think about it a lot. I do think about it a lot. I'm planning in advance. I got time to plan, thank goodness, but I do wanna plan a little bit. Show that I do more than stuff. I mean, I have the whole variety thing, I think. Did I slap the variety label on myself in at least the Twitch description? I don't know. But maybe it'll be a different Kingdom Hearts game down the line. Not like, I'm not like leaving this behind or anything like that. I mean, like, I get to level 99, I beat up Twilight Thorn, then 2 streams I do KH2 with the level 99, and then 1 stream during the week I do something different. So like, one of the ideas, I think I've brought this up before, my base controller, I'm not using the base controller that I got when I first got my PS4. I'm using a fresh one, because my old one, I think it's the R2 trigger? It's one of the, it's either L2 or R2. It tends to stick, and this does actually happen sometimes with my newer controller. It gets stuck on the basic one, and if you're playing Birth by Sleep, that's one of the ways that you can switch commands in the command menu. So it starts spinning like a roulette wheel. So maybe down the line, I'll do a playthrough where I play the game and just constantly let the thing do its roulette wheel thing. The noise will be obnoxious, by the way, because you're just hearing the ding 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 ding. Well, not, okay, I can't do a perfect impression of the sound, but you know what I'm talking about. If you play Birth by Sleep, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I would probably call it roulette, or command roulette Birth by Sleep, where it just shuffles. I might have to come up, I might have to workshop the name, actually, because then it might get a little confusing. I mean, I could always just explain it. There's nothing wrong with a little explanation. I do it all the time. The more I practice, the better I get at it. Like, shoot, it used to take me like 2 minutes to explain what the heck I'm doing with this. Now I can say, I'm playing KH2, I'm going to get to level 99 before I beat up Twilight Thorn, and I constantly put myself to half health or below because it gives me more XP. Boom, done. That's like about, it's definitely less than 30 seconds, I think. I didn't count. I didn't put a timer in front of myself. Ooh, doggy. Ooh. Goodness sake, somebody's got the EPs. I need water. That's what I need. I can feel it in my soul. Ah, much better. Oh. But yeah, that would be one of the ideas, the whole command roulette thing. Just because it'd be hilarious. It'd be also fun to play through KH1 again, because a large chunk of my playthrough that game the first time, I forgot to switch my equipment. Just completely forgot, and I'm like, oh, so that's why I had some trouble on a couple of things. As far as I remember anyway. Or maybe that was one of my friends who forgot. I'm mixing up playthroughs. I've seen so many playthroughs I'm losing count. But it'd be funny. What else would be great is if I actually finished my main file. I still haven't finished it. Because, as I say, every time I bring it up, Sykes is the worst, and I hate his guts, and he hates my guts, and he makes it painfully clear every time I try to fight him. He is the worst. Absolute worst. I hate it. I hate fighting him. It's such a pain. His stupid desperation move got me the last time I fought him, and it kind of still makes me mad because I'm like, if I had like a separate me coaching myself, I probably would have been fine. Probably could have beat it and been good, but no. Nope. But that's in the Kingdom Hearts department. I could also play Chain of Memories. I'm not playing that on the highest difficulty. If I play Chain of Memories, I am playing that ish on beginner because I am so scared of... You know what's funny? I talk all about like, I'm so scared of the card system in Chain of Memories. It might actually teach me to strategize. Maybe, just maybe. And maybe I'll actually learn to use the full mechanics of the game. I mean, that could be the said for Dream Drop Distance because I still haven't... I started a file a long time ago. And of course, once again, my dumb self was like, haha, I'm gonna do critical mode. Because I'm so tough. I'm the toughest on the block. I can do whatever I want. Why do I do this to myself? I don't know. I don't know why I did that. Well, actually, I think I just said I did it because I was like, I'm the tough one. I can do whatever I want. I can take on the whole world. What the heck? Oh, jeez Louise. Gosh, I love this freaking series. Could also play Rocket League. It's extra funny for me to play Rocket League because the way I got Rocket League, I got a physical copy of it. So, and I paid for it. And now it's free, and I'm mad about it. I'm not really that mad about it. I think it's hilarious. I'm just like, oh, okay. And to be fair, I had it for like years before it became a free-to-play thing, so. Works for me! And then there's also Death Stranding, because I mean, I think I've talked about it a little bit, about Death Stranding. I don't know if I'd be able to... I think I'd have to wait during, this is so pathetic, I'd have to wait for it to be, less wintry, more summer months. Basically when it stops getting dark, in the hours that I stream. Because I am such a wimp, oh my gosh, it's so funny. I do realize and recognize, too, that there may be an adjustment of stream schedule once mowing season returns. That's going to be a whole fun ordeal to deal with. Or I'm just going to have to learn to mow at the crack of dawn. Well, maybe not the crack of dawn. I think I might get mad at myself for that. Just stop mowing in the evening. Who knows? Maybe it'll mean that I actually get myself on a more... Good golly, routine schedule. Yeah, actually, I could do that. It's good to think about these things in advance, because then you make the decisions in advance, and then when the time comes to decide, you're like, okay, I've already made up my mind, I know what to do here. It's the same reason why they run you through drills and disaster routines and stuff. It's to prepare you in advance so you know what decisions to make when the time comes, and then that way you save some panic time and put it to good use. Instead of panicking, you actually work on doing whatever it is that you needed to do. It's a great plan. It's an excellent plan. It has worked, it will work. Spin, 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 spin. Okay, chill. Another game that I also have a physical copy of that I still haven't played. I haven't even installed this. Is Final Fantasy VII. It's just chilling on the same shelf as the Kingdom Hearts games. Really? You're gonna basketball away from me? You're rude. These Dusks, man, they're the worst. It's the remake one, just to clarify. But yeah, that is one of the ones that I'm like, maybe I'll play that. I have no idea how to play the game, but that'll be the fun part, is learning. And if there is a difficulty setting, see, you can tell how much I've not played most other games. But I will not pick the highest difficulty. I have learned my lesson. I will just try to have fun. Because that's the point. The point is to have fun playing the game. And then if I stream it, it is also to be silly. Although, trust me, I can be pretty dang silly without, definitely not without, having a blank loading screen or something, like I'm blasting the dial-up tones or something. I should get a button for that. Just have a button for any time my brain just lags out. Play the dial-up sounds. Good job. Point is just to have fun. And despite the fact that I yawn on a regular basis, no, I am actually not bored. It's just one of those odd body functions where I think it's something to do with oxygen. Once I kick these guys around a little bit, or can you guys actually do some damage? Or are you just gonna do pointless smacking? Hang on. Let me take these three out, and then I'm gonna do a quick search to figure out the reason why do people yawn. Why do people yawn? Why do people... Oh, I love how creepy my... Okay, let's not do the... It has several triggers like tiredness, waking up, boredom, and stress. The fudge? Get out of here, AI. Why is it always freaking goodness sakes? Yes, okay, so a proper actual source. Drowsiness is the most common stimulus, is yawns. Okay, I guess boredom is a thing. But yawning causes you to breathe in deeply, so it's something to do with increase the blood flow to the brain. Oh my goodness gracious! The more I think about it, the worse it gets. Interesting, there's lots of reasons. Huh. Very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna assume that it's not the worst. We're cool. Let us continue. After these short messages of yawning. I need to move my brain a little bit. I just realized I was scrunching and turning into a shrimp again. I would like to not be a shrimp. I need more water. Water is good for the soul. Most excellent. Oh my gosh, my brain just... I think I'm a little bit tired. Because I looked over at my YouTube screen and saw like the line right here. And I thought for a second my screen was broken. I was like, no, I've kept this thing so good for so long. By the way, the iPad does not have a protective case. It has the keyboard, and that's it. And that's the keyboard I was given when I received it in college, because it was a student device, and we were allowed to keep it if we graduated, so I was very determined to graduate and keep it. And I was also just super determined to take good care of it, and I did. I've taken excellent care of it, and it has been very well behaved. I never even had to take it in for like repairs or anything in the IT office at our school, so I'd say I did pretty good. I've done pretty great. I get very protective over my devices. I really like to keep them in good condition. Like my phone, there will always be, not sponsored, an OtterBox case on it, and it has to be one of the ones that does not let the screen protrude. The last phone did have a protruding screen, but it had a screen protector case in its place, and I do still have a screen protector on it. So I am very I like to take good care of my stuff. Like, I get horrified at the thought of like dropping it. I believe I cracked a no, it was a screen protector. See what I mean? Cracked a screen protector instead of my own screen. That was so annoying too, because it was like a few days after I just replaced it. And I'm like, are you serious? I was just chilling in the airport, waiting to pick up somebody, like waiting outside of the exit where they come out into the terminal. Or come out of the terminal? Yeah. And it drops on the floor, and I'm like, no, you're kidding me. Because it's always when your phone hits the corner, that's when it usually breaks. It's so annoying. Very frustrating. But yeah. Yeah, despite the fact that I have like little to no protection on my iPad, it has been relatively protected. That goes the same for the tablet that I had to use for my church mission. That is not a joke. I had to use a tablet because that was where the area book was installed. Do I still have the area book? I have no clue. I think it was automatically uninstalled after I left. If not, I haven't looked at it in years, and I don't intend to look at it. So if it's still on there, I'll just uninstall it. Cause, yeah. Yep. Always good to take care of your electronics. That way they last longer. And I'm very happy about that, because it also saves me amount of time and money and stuff and things. Which reminds me, the laptop that I had when I was 16, I need to do something about it. I need to rip the data all off of it and put it somewhere. I can't remember if I've ripped all the data from it or not. So I'll need to check and see if I need to do that again. Might need to add a new backup folder to the external hard drive for that one. We'll see. We will see. Maintenance is fun. Tedious, but it's fun because you know for a fact that it is taken care of. So it all works out. I gotta sit up. Whew. Nice. Whoa. I would like to still take down these last 5 dusks. That's about 40 XP. Or 20, depending on how much I get. But I'd like to get 40 out of these guys, so I'd like to not lose out on that. Oh my gosh. I think this instance is I'm just tired, but that's okay. I fully expected to be tired. And I fully expect to be tired tomorrow. I'm gonna be so busy. I'll still stream tomorrow. That is the plan. I have 100% faith that I will stream tomorrow. I gotta make breakfast, which means I gotta make my delicious waffles. And then I gotta do some groceries. And then I think my schedule is gonna get lightly disrupted. But that's okay, I can deal with that. Yeah, it's gonna get lightly disrupted, I'm sure, but maybe. Did I already say get groceries? I think I did. So I'll get those. Especially since I need some floss again. Always floss. It will save you some grief on your teeth. And for me, I haven't been to a dentist since my last dentist retired. So I need to take very good care of my teeth and brush them and floss them and stuff. Make sure to prevent gingivitis on my gums. There was this one period of time, I brushed less frequently than when I had braces. When I had braces, I was basically brushing after every meal. Because I'm like, I refuse to have those weird white spots on my teeth. I am going to make sure that my teeth are pristine. So the next time I went to the dentist while I had braces, it's like, wow, you've been really flossing. And I'm like, haha. Because I knew damn well that I hadn't been flossing. I just was very aggressive about brushing my teeth. I'm not joking about it either. I kind of want to do that again. Like, I literally brought my toothbrush with me to school. Like, that's how intense I was. Because I'm like, I want my teeth to be clean. It's kind of like the same deal like when I got my wisdom teeth out. The main reason I got my wisdom teeth out was because it's like, if I let these things grow in and run wild, they will mess up all the work that I did for my braces, and I'll have to get braces again, and I don't want to do that. Because it was tedious. And let's face it, it kind of hurt. I say it kind of hurt, but like I got used to it after the first couple of weeks. It was really fun. I wonder if I've technically finished my braces treatment because I still have my retainers. I don't know. Do I still have some good hydrogen peroxide? I kind of want to attack my retainers with hydrogen peroxide again. Let me check if I have some good hydrogen peroxide real quick. This is important to me. I might have to do a be right... Am I seriously going to do a be right back for that? I mean, I could also throw away this orange peel, because I did eat an orange earlier. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Let me check something. I'm pretty sure that was very jostled and distorted. Whew. Good to know. Alright, did I take out these guys? Yes, I did. Good, 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 good. Okay. I wonder if I'll make it below the 5-digit numbers tonight, which is 10,000. If I go below 10,000, that'd be great. But let's see once I get one of the dusks down to see how close we are to that compared to time. I will be able to make a guesstimate. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to be able to make it to at least 10,000 or below. Maybe. It depends on how focused on the grind I get. If I get pretty focused, I can go like crazy. Like just the other day, I thought I was like, I think I got like 4,000-ish XP like by the hour mark, and I'm like, oh shoot, dang, okay. So I got like about like 6,000 or something like that in that day. I can't remember if it was like almost the full stretch to the end of the level. But then I decided to call it a night because it was getting a little bit late and I needed to take care of some extra things. Time is not always on my side, but I try to make it on my side. Does it work? No. I'm just kidding, it does. It works. Not 100% of the time, but I don't expect it to work 100% of the time. That would be too much pressure. Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. That song is so good, and it's a crime that I don't know the lyrics all the way through it. It's a good song, though. What's funny is I was most familiar with the opening of that song, I was mostly familiar with the song that sampled that tune, Ice Ice Baby. So I was very confused with Under Pressure, and I'm like, oh, so that's the original that came from. And I'm like, oh, this is really good. So yeah, fun facts. Sometimes people get to know the songs that are very well beloved through the songs that imitated off of them. Nice. I think... Oh wait, the water bottle is leaning on the bee. If I drink the water bottle then... And then I place it not on the bee this time. Don't be rude. Not you, chat. You're fine. Chat is perfectly fine. I'm talking to the dusk. There we go. Bee is the pillow now. Bee has become a pillow. It's very comfort. Very comfort. I think there's a ing missing from that. Why do I weave? Why do I do that? Oh boy. Yeah. Guess I haven't coughed as much as I thought I would. This is nice. Apologies for that. The puppies do their jobs. Good dogs. Good jobs. Very important that they do their jobs. Wonder what they're yelling about though. Bet it's to do with a door. I'm gonna mute just in case. Okay, we're good. I think. Maybe not. Good golly. Okay, it's chill. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. I could go for a full can of green beans right about now. Which I do have. I'll see how I feel toward like in an hour or so, because I already had quite a bit of food and it does feel a little heavy on my gut, so I'm gonna wait for a bit, wait for that to settle in and digest. I think I just want to chew on something, so I think I will wait. Because sometimes I'm actually really super hungry, and then other times it's just like I want to chew. And gum doesn't help anymore. it used to, but gum does not help with acid reflux. I think the effect of chewing makes the brain go, ah, yes, time to digest, and then it freaks out and is like, excuse me, there's supposed to be something here, and then kicks up the whole acid reflux thing, and it's just such a bother. It's not fun. Man, these ducks are doing like twin gymnastics routines with flipping over each other. It was kind of impressive, actually. Very impressive indeed. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't think goodness gracious is on the bingo card. I think it's my goodness. Still need to fix the bingo card. It's really not that hard. I just need to pick a few colors and then make some uniform squares. And then I can fill them in with whatever I want. Like literally I just have to make a proper square and then copy it. Like 25 times. Well, technically 24 because there's already one. And then if I just copy the first row or the first column, then I only have to copy it like 4 more times. So, things can be done with the power of digital art. I love it. Plus, it'd be nice to have a fancy looking bingo card instead of whatever the current one is. I just realized. Usually bingo cards have connected squares, and for some reason I'm thinking of spacing it out the same way that they used to space out the days of the week for the lunches, like the lunch menus that I used to see in first grade. That's so trippy to think about. I still remember like when we would have to like pick out what we wanted for lunch that day. There were these little wooden things that had holes that would hang up, and so we would attach it to our name on a little hook of like what we wanted that day, and there were different options. The white one was usually salad. I only got salad once because I wasn't a pepperoni pizza girl yet, so I always alternated otherwise between cheese pizza and a chicken sandwich. I would always alternate between those two. But there was this one time where the chicken sandwich option wasn't available and it was pepperoni pizza day, and I'm like, well, crap. So I tried the salad, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not a salad girly. Okay, we need to calm down and not damage me for a little bit. Like, chill. We're not adding to the death counter, which does not exist, but it exists in my head. Okay, cool. We did it. Hello again! Welcome back! How have you been? That is Shinigami. Hello. Pretty dang good. We've made a lot of progress today, and yeah. Been drinking water. That sounds like so minimal. Sorry about that. It's been pretty good so far. Mentally planning out the week as well. Because I know for sure, streaming today, streaming Tuesday, definitely gonna stream Thursday, and then it's just the holiday week is gonna be all funny. Oh, dude, same. Yeah, no worries about it. No worries. Now, whenever I stream at the same time as something big going on, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's gonna take priority for a lot of people, so. Plus, with the Game Awards, you get the privilege of seeing, oh crap. I forgot how to pronounce his last name, but Pedro, his last name starts with an E. I literally Googled him just the other day. He's the flute guy. You get the privilege of seeing the flute guy at the Game Awards, so that's hard to beat. Pretty cool, dude. Very cool, dude. Yeah. I have a feeling that it's gonna turn out similar with the development of with KH4. I think they announced it a little bit early-ish a while back. I do remember them saying that it was in development. It's going to be very interesting to see how that story pans out. But I have a feeling it's gonna go similarly in the way of KH3, and they're also still fighting for their life with Final Fantasy VII Remake? That's what I've heard. And apparently there was some restructuring going on at Square that might have added to the shenanigans, so... I'm like, okay, I've waited this long, I waited super long for KH3. It'll be fine. I do know we used to get fed pretty well, though, back in the day. That was pretty fun. I wonder if they're still getting used to the Unreal Engine. It could be. Yeah. Yeah. I still have yet to get the DLC. One of these days I will. One of these days. I did get the joy of watching somebody else play. It was one of my friends. He got the DLC a while back and played it. Very fun to watch. Maybe I'll play it one day. One day. It'll be lots of fun. Ah! Whoa. Okay, they're attacking, but that's okay. We are not adding to the death counter. Perfect. Yeah, it definitely did. I am so stoked. It's been so long since I've played through KH3. I need to play it again. I have a feeling I'm gonna get a lot more emotional if I play through it again. Because I'm gonna be like, ooh, because you don't... Okay, maybe you do. I don't know. But like, initially I didn't notice how depressed poor Sora was. Like, I got the sense of it, like, definitely it was a lot more strong at the beginning of KH3. I'm like, oh no, this poor boy is going through it, because everybody's kind of like, being like, oh, he's so weak now, he almost got taken over by Xehanort, and it sucks and everything, and it's just like, give him a break. He was once asleep for a whole year, and he bounced back. He can bounce back again. This kid is a tough kid, but you gotta give him some support, dang it. Please. He's done it before, he can do it again. Oh, poor Sora. Hopefully he gets to have a little bit of chill time in the... wherever he is. I hope that he gets to, like... I don't know. Develop in the way that he doesn't feel the need to self-sacrifice all the time. Even though story-wise it works really well with this character and stuff. Ah, my poor boy. He's done a lot, now let everybody else have a turn. I just remembered I've only played the demo of Melody and Memory. I'm very terrible at it. It's those dang rhythm games, man. I used to be good at those. At one point, I was pretty good at Guitar Hero 3. I was starting to get into some of the hard difficulty. Like, I was decent at easy, pretty decent at medium, and then I did a couple songs on hard. But now I'm totally desynced. It also could just be the guitar is, like, half dead. But I'm pretty sure it's also just me not being in sync with the guitar anymore and being out of practice. For the controller, I mean. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll actually play Melody of Memory, but I also have yet to play through like half of the games that I have, so one day. We'll see. There's one thing I wish about Melody of Memory is that I wish Kairi got a little bit more of a spotlight than she did. I really wish that. Because she has the potential to do so much and she's not allowed to do anything. Yeah. I want her to do more cool stuff like she did in the Remind DLC. She did some cool stuff and I want her to be able to do more. She deserves to kick some butt too. Poor Kairi. It's gonna be interesting to see how 4 pans out. I'll be suspicious when Riku's voice actor, if he suddenly takes a pause through the Kingdom Hearts games. If he starts pausing through that, I will be like, that looks suspicious. I wonder if he's doing some work for that. I wonder if he should be still playing. I think he just finished Chain of Memories, I think. I think that's the one he just recently finished. He was playing Riku's side, and I remember seeing clips of him complaining at his viewers for asking him to leave the 100 Acre Wood, and it was very funny. Because he's like, why would you ask me to leave the 100 Acre Wood? I want to go back. I don't want to leave that place. It was so funny. Oh. Ow. I don't know why I said ow. It's not actually hurting me. Not in the slightest. Okay, once I take these 2 down, or maybe... I need to get another sip of water. I can sense the... Where did my water bottle go? There it is. I found it. Can never have too much water. It's good for the soul. Okay, actually you can have too much water, but it takes an obscene amount of water. The joys of learning about the existence of water toxicity. Thankfully, I cannot reach that. What? Huh? For some reason, my brain just immediately was like, I don't want to word. It's still trying not to word, actually. But I am pushing through it. Who knew how necessary waffles were? Oh, good stuffs. Good stuffs. Somewhat speaking of waffles, still related to KH3. Those mini games, specifically the one where you crack the egg in KH3 in the bistro, that one was a nightmare. The egg cracking one was crazy. It drove me nuts. Because I kept either pinching it too soon or too early or too late or something like that. It was just, oh goodness sakes. But it was totally worth it because eventually I did get the frying pan, and the frying pan is one of my favorite weapons. It kind of makes me sad that the whole frying pan Keyblade idea wasn't part of the Kingdom of Corona Rapunzel's world. That would have been so funny. But I guess it makes sense to use a frying pan transformation for getting all of the cuisines. Cuisines? What? No, we're not gonna do the weird pronunciation of croissant. Maybe I am gonna do the weird pronunciation of croissant. Yeah. Yeah. Those were pretty fun to mess around with the foodstuffs. It was a blast. Oh my goodness. I'm taking some damage. Gonna get hit twice, so then I can get 8 XP instead of 4. That's not really in run metal. Or in 2, yikes. Ow. Why would I say ow? I got it. Ah! Progress has been made and that is good. We are definitely hitting below the 10,000 XP remaining before the end of the day. And that brings me joy. Where was he going? Where was that dust going? Going to another universe, apparently. There's one thing I'm very glad of, is that this game is pretty solid. Like, you have to try really hard to get out of bounds. Whereas, like, if this was a Bethesda game, I would probably constantly be falling out of bounds in, like, some arbitrary corner, like right here. If I ran into this corner hard enough, I would probably fall out of bounds if this was a Bethesda game. But this game's pretty solid, so I don't have to worry about weird bugs. And I am very glad about that. Very glad indeed. That, I didn't even take damage there. Maybe one day I will boot up Final Fantasy as not necessarily a joke stream, but for a fun time. Maybe. We'll see. I'll have to really think about it. Speaking of really think about it, I'm thinking about adjusting some stream layout stuff. Mainly just to make it all cohesive across the board. Technically speaking, it's cohesive on the Be Right Back and the... like the text for all of the screens are pretty cohesive. I'll need to figure out what the font was for that. And make one more for game switching. And then, what else? And then also just figuring out what I want for the backgrounds of those. Just a little switch up, you know. To either make reference to the games I regularly play, or just, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I am thinking about making things a little bit more cohesive across the board. I definitely will stick to having them be in different color codings just because it'll make the screens distinctive from one another. So it's like, okay, at a glance, even without reading the text, oh, okay, the stream is just starting. Or, hey, oh, shoot, the stream is ending. Or, oh, there's a game switch. Or, oh, be right back. Cool. Like that sort of thing. Be a good way to keep track of that. Oh, lots of design shenanigans. I look forward to all of them. And I'm doing the shrimp thing again. Gosh darn it. Okay, I'm gonna put my feet on the floor. I hate doing that. But it's a necessary evil, and so is popping my back to the point where it starts yelling at me. Whew. Very necessary, actually. Oh my gosh, that feels so much better. Sometimes you just have to crack your back. If you can't do that, don't force it. It will hurt if you try to do that. That dusk did not even come close to hitting me. That is a-okay. Haven't done the clicking thing in a little bit. Strike that from the bingo card. Yeah. The music is quite nice. Spin, spin, spin. And no damage from the upside down dust. But that is okay, because I still got the damage no, I did not. Okay, that's fine. Yay! Whee! Wonder how many hours it took for them to render these towers. It's gotta be at least one. Especially given the original development on the PS2. It's too bad the dev kits probably don't work anymore. Those would be so fun to use for developing games that are compatible with the PS2. That'd be hilarious. Funny thing though, I actually do enjoy rhythm games. I just kind of struggle with the buttons sometimes. There's like a weird like stammer in my hands. I don't think I did very many fine motor skills practice. So like when I play guitar, my hand stammers. When I play the flute, hand stammer. And even when playing games like this, it kind of glitches out a little bit. I say glitches out as if I'm a robot. Unfortunately, I am not a robot. I have bones and other human stuffs. Oh well. But when it comes to Dance Dance Revolution, that's a pretty fun rhythm game for me. I'm a little out of practice, but if I did practice more, I could have some fast feet again. I used to be okay, maybe not lightning fast, but I used to be pretty decent. Nowadays, my poor legs and knees will scream at me. But I think that's just a curse of getting older. So, getting older and being out of shape, that's a combo hit, actually. Never mind. That's on me. Oh my goodness. Come on, Dusks. Give me some damage. I want 8s instead of 4s today. More 8s. Yay! Oh, and I almost walked into a wall. Good for me. Can't drive in a PS4 controller, but I can apparently drive well while being mildly distracted on the road. I say mildly like switching a button on the radio or something like that. when I did start driving, I made sure my radio station was chosen before I put it in drive. Because I'm like, I ain't touching a single thing until I get used to driving on a regular basis. Which was good. Saved me a lot of grief. Lots and lots. I appear to be getting a lot of damage. Okay, crisis averted. We're not gonna die on stream again. At least room saving has saved me some trouble. Because if it took me to the last save point, I probably would have lost it that one time that I got wrecked on stream. That would have been so bad. I wonder if I have, like, prior to level 19 or so, if I did, like, die in game before that. I've only counted 3 deaths so far throughout this, chunk of time. Oh my gosh, I've been streaming for, like, almost 3 months. Wow. Oh, I found out the whole thing about the stories the other day. Turns out you can only post Twitch stories if you're a partner or affiliate, so that's gonna be a little bit before I can do that. Discovered that the other day. I was like, huh, I wonder why I couldn't do that. Oh, that makes sense. I have solved the puzzle. There we go. Yeah. That'll be something I'll look forward to in the eventual future. Bam. Ow. Yep. I'm hoping one point I will eventually dress up some of the screen stuff. I do kind of want to keep like the gameplay sections like minimally decorated. Like for example, the little ticker tape thing at the top of the screen. I just keep that to give like a brief summary of what the heck this stream is about. At least in the case of whenever I am streaming Kingdom Hearts and doing this particular file. And then the kitty cat, like the little cat Sona of myself over Roxas. I just thought it was funny one time and I just kept it. It's still funny to me, honestly. I might redraw it one day. One of these days. For now, I like it. If I do redraw it, I need to make sure there's the long fang teeth are still there. I think on the redraw though, the cat will not be doing like the smiling so much that like you can't see the eyes. The eyes will soon be visible. On the redraw, I mean. That'll be a while though. I haven't even made that bingo card pretty. Huh, for a second I thought I saw one of my screens flash. That was weird. Okay, bring it on, Dusks. Let's get 24 XP out of you 3. Nice. If I only got... Okay, if one of them got 4, then it would have been 20. And then if 2 of them got 4 and 8, that would be 16. Okay. Why am I doing math combinations and permutations for this? Never mind, I do know why. It's fun. It's fun to do random mathematical equations and stuff. It's kept my mind sharp. Like just the other day, I was asked to count how many oranges were in a bag. And I was able to, 1, keep track of the number of oranges, and 2, count them in an efficient way rather than just pointing at each individual orange. There was a total of 19 oranges in the bag. They were small. I kind of wish there were 20, but nope. 19 oranges. I guess that was the number amount for the total weight in the bag, because the weight total was like 3 pounds, I remember reading. I should have picked math as my college major. Why did I pick computer science? Crimes against myself. I would have had more fun in math. Oh well. Technically, there's nothing stopping me from getting a second degree. Except for 1, finances, and 2, the will to do so. Okay, that's 2 things stopping me. Technically combined into 1, it's just me. And I'd need to pre-plan for myself what I would use the math degree for. Could do fun math videos where I do math on arbitrary silly things. Like, for example, Roxas's Keyblade, trying to figure out the volume of the whole Keyblade itself. That'd be kind of fun to find out, actually. I'd have to figure out the easiest part would be figuring out the volume of the rod coming from the handle without the teeth. That would be the easiest part, so that'd be the plus there. And then there might need to be like a separate formula for the teeth, although I think you can use a graph for that. And then same with the handle, but the handle would need to be dealt with in... Okay, yeah, you can figure out the volume, I think, with that. It'd be some complex math equations, and then the last part would be the keychain itself. It'd be like 3 different formulas at least for the total volume of a Keyblade. And that's without taking into account the materials and so forth. Maybe I should have gone into engineering instead. Although if I went into engineering, would I still be doing this? That's the real question. Would I have done this again? Maybe. I've worked a lot for the knowledge I've had. It's been quite the struggle sometimes. But once I learn, I pick up on it. Yes. Point is, thank you. Point is, thank you. Enough of the ramblings of me being like, oh, okay, yes, okay, chill. I took out those 3, right? Yes, I did. Yeah. I remember that was a calculus thing, of like figuring out the volume of any shape. There's like a specific mathematical formula that you can use. Because I've seen it with figuring out the volume of a vase. And then I just have to figure out the rest of that. Another idea with this would be figuring out like the general like shape of, at least in terms of the handle. Doing that and then cutting out this and then calculating the volume of like the space between like where the physical handle is and the guard and subtracting those 2 spaces. That might be part of the solution. This is all like theoretical and hypothetical since it's been such a long time since I've done those calculations in practice, so I'm extremely out of practice. Wait, where'd he go? Oh. There he is. I think other than the rod part of the Keyblade, I think the second easiest part would be the little Mickey keychain, because there's like a little bit of circles, and then you just have to figure out the thickness of the keychain part at the end. And then subtract the shared section where the two circles intersect for the Mickey head. Okay. And if I figured out the math for one link, then I'd just have to multiply that by how many? Let's see. That looks like one. Hold still, Roxas. Is that 5? I can't see that well, darn. It's like 5 or 6 links or so. However many links that is. Plus that one that's, I think, round. And then the clasp. Geez, there are a lot of calculations involved in this. That was an interesting reversal. It was kind of unusually smooth. Like, he went a little bit slower than that. It's kind of fun to see the sparks going on as you zip around behind the dusks. Same with the little pieces. Wait. Huh. The dusks... Okay, there's sparkles there when you get health. You get the sparkles, but like the little pieces that look like glass when you... Oh, there's some sparks when you get hit too. That's interesting. Okay, there's golden ones when you, as Roxas, hit them. I can tell I've spent a lot of time in here. And then when they hit me... Dusks, one of you please hit me properly. It looks like there's some blue or white sparks when it's like a serious hit. Huh. I love those subtle little details. That's so cool. Uh-oh. Oh no! Crisis averted, I didn't sneeze into the microphone. Oh my goodness, that was a strong one too. Ouch. I wonder if there was math involved with that. I mean, technically computer programs are mathematical equations, but in like a really complex form. And translated through programming languages. Ooh, that makes me curious. What language? What? Oh, good job. Oh, I have to type it because the keyboard... What? Programming language are PS2 games written in. I'm going to trust the Reddit answer. Okay, apparently they might be written in C or C++. Interesting. Oh, its own dev kit was C or C++. And then N64 games were written in assembler. Oh my gosh. That is horrible. Huh. That is really cool. Maybe I'll actually sit down and learn C or C++. A bit of a wimp. I've learned some Java, JavaScript, and Python. And when I learned Python, it got really code switched with Java. It was so bad. It was kind of funny though at the same time. I was just like, what am I doing? How do I get this to run? I don't think I've ever actually gotten a Python program to properly run. My last years of computer science education for my degree were a little bit wonky. because our professor just kind of dipped out on us, and he was like the main professor for like 90% of the courses. So we had some professor switcheroos for a little bit. One of the professors I unfortunately could not understand very well, so there was some confusion there. And like between when I first started the program and when I continued the program, they switched from using Java more often to using Python. And then I think either I fell behind or I just flat out didn't study enough. That could have just been all on me, but yeah. My education in that sector was quite all over the place. There we go. Do I still have a programming book? I bet I still do. I think I still have that one for Java. Let me see. I'll take some damage while I look. Hopefully I don't get too distracted and get all of... I'm listening for the wee-woos. Oh! Time to fight. There we go. Do I still have it? Yes, I do! And it's right next to my Logic and Philosophy book. Yay! Wait, is that the Logic and Philosophy book that I did where my teacher helped me with the last? Yes. That professor... He realized I was not really functioning in the course, and he was just like, okay, I'm gonna help you with this. Cool, dude. Well, that's good. I still have my Java book. It's definitely out of date, but... be worth learning from. Even if it's an older version, I can probably still look at some of the updates. I wonder if that one website, Scratch, still exists, the one that's used for teaching kids programming. I could look it up. I like looking up random stuff, it's fun. Scratch. Oh my gosh. This keyboard is useless. Is Scratch still a thing? I don't want it. Oh, yep, it still exists. Nice. Cool. So if you ever want to start learning the basics, like the super basics of programming, Scratch still exists. It's a MIT website, apparently. Cool stuff. That is very cool. I love when education gets spread around the internet for free. For free! Oh dear. Good stuff. Alright, who wants to get fought first? Is it you? Is it me? Whoa, okay. That Dusk decided to be a missile or something like that. Speaking of missiles, y'all ever see those videos of the Belgian Malinois dogs? AKA the Maligators? AKA Vermissels. Those dogs are so high energy. I'm just like, oh boy, okay. Note to self, do not get a Malinois because they're very high maintenance and need lots of exercise and jobs to do. Very important to make sure the puppy gets the job that they need. They're very cute, but there's a reason why they're nicknamed Maligators. Oh my goodness. I think I need another round of water. Water's good. I like it. Cold on the hand. Yeah. I should properly read more of my books that are sitting on my shelves. I haven't read all of them. I've read like some of them, but I'd like to read more of them. I still haven't finished my copy of Bud Not Buddy. It's sitting on my nightstand right now. I'm halfway through the book, and I still haven't finished reading it again. It's not a long book, by the way. It's just a matter of me not having as good of attention span as I used to. And I'm thinking about this. I think I used to read a lot more because the internet did not provide the amount of dopamine that reading used to. And now it does, so I don't spend as much time reading because it doesn't have the amount of dopamine that I'm like, ooh, brain, feed me. But maybe, just maybe, if I spend more time reading books when I'm not streaming and doing stuff, like with creative stuff, maybe I will not be so addicted to scrolling and doom scrolling. Maybe. Plus, it'd also just be fun to learn from others' writing, because I do a little bit of hobby writing on the side. I like to write little stories and stuff here and there, so it's good to learn from what other writers write and see what I like, what I don't like, how to communicate certain things, whether or not that was communicated well or not. Like, it's good to learn from your writing peers. I might stick to reading some of the older books, like when did AI slop become a major thing again? 2021? At least 2021. Maybe. I just don't want to learn from regurgitated stuff because oftentimes that regurgitated stuff also has bonus hallucination shenanigans going on. So, yeah. Gonna have to read older books in order to make sure of that. Probably just ones printed before 2021 or so. I don't remember. No, wait, 2022? When did this crap start? Crud, I don't remember. Shoot. I think I just got to the part in the book, back to the book Bud Not Buddy. I think I got to the part where his friend, I think he's left, that one really crappy family's house. And he's sleeping under a tree, I believe. And one of his old friends, Bugs, shows up. And I think they're planning on... I can't remember if I've gotten to the part where they actually officially plan on taking the train yet. I haven't figured out if I've gotten to that part yet. I could look. We've gotten below the 10,000 mark. Below time. We're doing great. Where's my book? Come here, book. You're gonna get read today. You're gonna get read today. I still have another book that's also sitting on my shelf. I've hardly gotten through it because, I think the words on the page are dense. It's not the book itself that's super dense, it's the words on the page. Also, I'm just out of practice reading. Oh, I'm not even halfway through. Oh no, I do not like that sound. I think the spine just snapped on my book. No! My poor book. It's an old book, but still. Oh yeah, I just reached the chapter where Bugs shows up, so... Yep. And they've both just realized that the other is on the lam. And by on the lam, that means on the run. Yep. Yep, so... Oh, right, I forgot this place... I think this story takes place in Flint. Hooperville? Are they trying to say Hooverville? Oh, yeah, Hooverville. Okay. Now that I've established where I'm at in the book, let's continue with the progress. Did I already take out these? Yep, I did. Getting distracted by everything. Maybe I'll read more of it after the stream. It's a good book. It really is. Random thought. It would be fun to do like a whole summary of the book and talking about it. Although that would be just like surface level stuff. I could... would I be the right person though to talk about the book? And some of the themes and nuances and stuff that happen in the story? I don't know if I'm qualified. I mean, I could add a disclaimer of like, look, there are things that I might not understand and I am very surface level, but I will try my best to be in depth about this one because it was a pretty decent part of my childhood. Not like a huge chunk, but I remember it very vividly. Upon rereading the book, oh boy, I wanted to fight Todd's parents. Todd is the kid that Bud ends up getting in a family with for a bit. I don't remember what it is that's going on in the home that places them there. See, this is why I would need to do lots of research. But, oh boy, the fact that they treat this poor boy who just came in, who's, I believe he's an orphan? Yeah, he's an orphan, poor kid. And they're just treating him like dirt, and their son is awful. Absolutely awful. So I'm like, I want to fight these parents. I want to fight them so bad. Because they're just treating this poor boy awful. Yeah. So yeah. I'm a lot angrier than I was as a kid about that situation for him. Because it's like, it's one thing when you're a kid, you're just like, oh, that's not fair. And then as an adult, you're like, not only is that not fair, that's actually horrible. And you parents need a whooping. Ooh. I hate when adults are mean to kids. I hate it. It pisses me off. Like, it's fine to roast the kid if they're being dumb or doing something stupid or something like that, or being jerks to other kids. But, like, when a kid's just doing kid things and an adult's mean to them, ho 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 boy. We gon' fight. Goodness me. Yeah. But, as I keep saying, the book is Bud, not Buddy, and it is written by Christopher Paul Curtis. It is very much worth reading the book. Very much worth reading it. And it's not that long. I think it's only like, what, 180 pages or so? Let me check. Oh, I lied. 236, and then there's an afterword. Let's not accidentally get knocked into the door. Alright, cool. So about 236 pages, but the 236 pages is about, oh, I just heard another spine crack. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, my poor book. My poor sweet book. Oh, I'm so sorry. What the heck? Vampires. Oh, I think it was somebody who was doing a blood delivery in that book. Sorry, I keep doing. This is what happens when I look at a book. I get distracted by it. Okay, so 236, and then... Oh, hey, the afterword is a good source to look at. I'll just read you through it. Afterword. Although Bud, not Buddy, is fictional, many of the situations Bud encounters are based on events that occurred in the 1930s during a time known as the Great Depression. And although the characters in Bud, Not Buddy are fictional as well, some of them, too, are based on real people. One of the most enjoyable parts of writing is that an author can combine his or her imagination with the traits of real people to build new characters. This is what I did to create the characters of Lefty Lewis and Herman E. Calloway, both of whom are based loosely on my grandfather's. Oh, this afterword is by the author, by the way. Oh, wow. Huh. Well, what do you know? Herman F. Curtis was one of his grandfathers, and then Earl Lefty Lewis. Huh. I think he also talks about the history with his grandfathers and so forth, and their real, like the real life counterparts of some of the characters. And at the end, he says, "Be smarter than I was. Go talk to Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, and other relatives and friends. Discover and remember what they have to say about what they learned growing up. By keeping their stories alive, you make them and yourself immortal." That's really sweet. Yeah. The paragraph preceding that also mentions that his eyes would kind of glaze over whenever they talk about their lives during the Depression. But, yeah. I don't think there's many folks who were alive during the Great Depression anymore. Not many. Which is understandable. Time marches on. It marches and marches. It's fun to learn those things. Lots of value in historical fiction, too, there. As long as the historical part of the historical fiction is properly researched, anyway. That would be a huge help. Because then you get to learn from the experiences of the characters in that story and scenario. Oh, hello! It's another puppy. Another puppy who says, "Excuse me, I desire attention and affection. Some loves and pets, please." Oh my goodness. Yes, give me a second. Let me do some adjusting on my controller so then I can still play one-handed. Nailed it. Apparently I can play with just one hand. It just takes a little bit of physical adjustment to figure out which way I go to push some buttons. So then I can still attack and defend. And then I will wait for the damage here. Or not. Bro. You gonna finish levitating? There we go. Ow. Really? Okay, there we go. And the puppy has left me because I stopped petting for too long. That's okay. Attention has been given. That's the important part. I should really pop my neck a little bit. Oh, okay. Got the damage I need. Good stuff. I wonder how many libraries actually carry the book that I was just talking about anymore. You know, it's another one that's really good to read, and I can actually say this with full confidence because I've actually read the dang book, The Book Thief. That's also a really good one to read. It tells the story of a little girl named Liesel through the perspective of death. I believe it also takes place during the 1930s, mostly closer to the 1940s. I can't remember if I actually watched the film adaptation of The Book Thief. I do remember seeing one moment of it where the two kids just yell out in the woods that they hate Hitler because he's made their lives a mess. It's very apt. Very apt indeed. This is completely off tangent. I'm just looking at the void around us. I say us as if we're here in the Station of Serenity or whatever. But, if I were to build this in Minecraft, I would probably choose to build this in the end solely because of the whole void aspect instead of the overworld. I feel like it would work best there. It does mean that you can't put beds there, so you can't use those beds as a save point. So, yeah. That would definitely be a problem, but it'd be kind of funny. It'd be very funny, actually. Who am I kidding? Books, books, books. There's a couple of series that I would love to reread, but, I prefer physical copies just because I know for a fact that if I put an audiobook on, I'm going to get extremely distracted. Unless I put the audiobook on while holding the physical copy of the book, I might try that. I think I still have an audiobook version of Lord of the Rings. At least the Fellowships of the Ring section. And I have a physical copy of Lord of the Rings. Maybe I'll test that out one day. Test out whether I can focus on the book other than, like, audiobook other than when I'm driving. Because when I'm driving, I can totally listen to audiobook because it's there in the background and I'm physically driving. I can't do anything else. I once did a whole trip on Lord of the Rings, and a huge portion was just talking about the dang trees. Tolkien really loved his trees. Oh, Tolkien. Oh, chilly again. Oh, and let's make some adjustments. Cozy. Perfect. I love it. Cozy, cozy, cozy. How are we doing right now? We're doing pretty decent. Let's see. Let's give it a couple more. If I can drive, jeez. Now I'm just thinking of that one joke that was, I think it went around on Tumblr where people who didn't know J.R.R. Tolkien's name joked about his full name being Jolkin, Rolkin, Rolkin, Tolkien. Which I think is hilarious. I took a class, actually. That's why I have a physical copy of Lord of the Rings. I took a class on Tolkien and Lewis, and it was so freaking funny because we often talked about it, about Lewis and Tolkien's frankly hilarious friendship. And how they would just annoy the daylights out of each other. And I remember doing a presentation specifically on The Magician's Nephew, and how a lot of it wasn't written first, it was written like second to last. It was written before the last battle. And I think it was Tolkien who complained to him about what the lamp was doing there in Narnia. And so he was just like, alright, I'm gonna write a whole story and justify the fact that there's a whole lamppost just in the middle of the woods in Narnia. And he did, and it was funny. I don't know if I still have a copy of that presentation, but it was beautiful. I think I accidentally punched a wall, or I think it was a board. I was extremely nervous in my defense. I was one of the first presenters for that little project. And, there were students, and also our professor was an author. So it was like extra stressful. I do not do well with anyone who is mildly famous. I get so stressed out because I'm like, I want to make a good impression. I don't want to be a gremlin. I probably am seen as a gremlin to that author to this day. Which honestly is way funnier if you think about it. Like every once in a while, there were days in college. This was in college, by the way. There were days in college where I just did not feel like dealing with washing my hair because I was exhausted. I had wigs, so I would wear a wig and then put a hat over the wig in class to make it look a little bit more like my hair. I did this frequently. Okay, not frequently, but like, it was a thing. It was known that every once in a while, I would just wear a wig, and it was fun for me. And I enjoyed it. It was good times. Lots of good times in those classes. And the discussions always went sideways. It was fantastic. Got to learn a lot from that. Oh my goodness gracious. And guess who's got to unbend their knee? It's me, because I folded my leg and now my leg is mad at me again. It's like, no, I don't want to be folded. I want to stretch out. Even though I used to be perfectly fine with folding it all the time. I was in karate class. Seiza was a regular stance that I could do. I think it's just because my legs are totally... Really? Really? I think it's just because my legs are totally out of practice. Girly Pop, if you're gonna bark, you better do it downstairs. She chose to grab a bone to chew on instead. Good dog. Good job. Goodness me. That was kind of funny, actually. Where was I? I was talking about silly college shenanigans, I think. I don't remember now. Crap. Oh, hiccups. Lovely. Oh, I could go for some ice cream, but I've already had ice cream today, so I don't need any more. It's not like a... I don't count the calorie things because I know what path that would lead me down. I only limit myself to one ice cream serving per day just because I don't want to go crazy on the ice cream and make it a habit. I love ice cream. I would eat it lots and lots if I could. But I try to pump the brakes. It's probably good for my digestive system that I pump the brakes when it comes to ice cream, no matter how good it is. Gosh darn it. I would love some potatoes too. Oh my gosh. I'm getting potatoes tomorrow. I'm very excited about it. It's the gold potatoes, or the yellow potatoes, depending on what it is. But those are really, really good. I wonder if I got the really small ones, if that would make a difference. No, I wouldn't want those. There's like these smaller ones that you can get. They're excellent for roasting the potatoes in the oven. They're really good for roasting the potatoes. Who am I kidding? But I think the larger gold potatoes would be much better for the vegetables and gravy. Plus, I won't use as many potatoes for the recipe. So, it's good stuff. Nothing like a little soup-like food to warm the soul. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, suddenly, Eminem. This is regular occurrence. Not necessarily the Eminem bit, just the sudden surprise lyrics. Alrighty. Let's see. I think... Kia ora. Okay, let's see what I can do in the next 2.5 minutes. Let's see what I can do in 2.5 minutes, okay? I'm gonna take out so many of these guys in 2.5 minutes, and I'm gonna also try to get 8 XP out of them. One of these days I'll learn to set up timers. I wonder if there's a way to make an asset for that I can reset. There definitely is. Who am I kidding? Speedrunners use it all the time. Although I think they crop a browser source or something like that for the timers. I'll have to check. Or ask. One of the two. Nice, still got some 8s. Definitely gonna need to get more damage out of the next 3. Come on, you 3, bring it on. Attack me. Fight me. Excellent. Alright, swing it around. Bam. Bap. Swing around again. Bap again. Boom. Oh, good. Good job on the hesitation. Excellent. Grow is purposely making it more cinematic. Hello! I found a puppy again. It's a different one this time, too. Oh, goodness sakes. He's a good dog. He's a good dog. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's a baby. Are you a baby? Are you a cute puppy? Drum dog. She doesn't walk away as soon as I stop petting her. She's like, more please. More attention, more affection, please. Nice. Oh, goodness sakes. I don't know if you heard it, but she went, as she laid down. It was so cute. I love when dogs are super expressive. It brings me joy, because then that means they're communicating and telling me things. Like, excuse me, I want to do something. Or, excuse me, I require a snack. That sort of thing. Communication across species is a magical thing, and it's even better when both parties understand each other in some way or another. Like, for example, when I talk to the dogs, specific keywords will get them very excited because they recognize the tone and voice patterns, and they're like, oh, we're gonna do this thing. Because that's usually what follows after you say this thing. It's beautiful. It's absolutely magical. Every time. What the heck? What am I looking at? Guess who got distracted by a shiny object again? It's me! Okay, so I didn't do as much as I thought in like the first 30 minutes or so. 30? What? I meant to say 2.5. Point is, I was trying to see if I would get below 9,000 XP before the 2.5 minute mark. But I just want to get below 8,000, not 8,000, below 9,000. If I got below 8,000, then we'd be at 7,000 something. Point is, I want the number to start with an 8. There. We got below 10,000, now we're gonna get below that. Further below that, specifically. Because then I can say with my whole soul that I have made some progress. I will have to double check once I download the VOD to see how much. I mean, technically I could do some backtracking using the YouTube side, because the YouTube side can do the rewind backtracking shenanigans. Let's see. Am I going to break my thing? Oh gosh. Oh, wow. Huh. I was in like the 14,000s at the beginning of the stream of the XP remaining, so, we're doing great. We are doing really great. Nice. Wait a minute, did I finish this section? I am so sorry, I have to double check. Because every once in a while I lose track. Okay, I definitely took out those guys. Okay. I'm terribly sorry, this is a regular occurrence where I have to double check if I actually took out all 10 of them. Okay, it's not a regular occurrence, but it happens when I get a little distracted between sections. It's good to check, you know? It's good to double check things. It's kind of like in carpentry and engineering, you measure twice. The motto is measure twice, cut once. Because you want to make sure you got your measurements right, so then you don't have to deal with wasted material or something like that. Saves you a lot of grief. Now I want to build something out of popsicle sticks, but I need to make sure if I do build anything out of popsicle sticks that it's something that I plan on keeping. I once built what is essentially looks like a fence panel with popsicle sticks. Used some hot glue and stuff. It was fun. They were like little rafts for, this was when I was like 10 or 12 or something like that. Like basically when I was still playing with little dog figurines, these little plastic doggy figurines, and the wood things would be like a raft or something like that for them. I know I just got to 8,000, but I'm thinking about popsicle sticks, and I want to fight more dusks while I think about the popsicle sticks. These are not used popsicle sticks. They are ones that are specifically used for crafting, so they do not have leftover ice cream or popsicle shenanigans going on. They are specifically crafted for crafting. I wonder if that affects their production. Huh. I mean, that would probably be wise, because there's probably a difference between food-safe popsicle sticks and ones that are meant for crafting. It's so funny, like, every once in a while you're so used to all these things, you know, like some of the intricacies of, like, manufacturing and stuff like that, you start to wonder, oh, wait a minute, there's a lot more to this than I thought there was. And it's fascinating. That's the best part. It's absolutely fascinating. Like, for example, when you make silicone molds for anything, like, say you wanted to make some... Oh, God. OBS, you son of a bitch. Oh my gosh. Did it? Wow. Thanks, YouTube and Twitch. Or, actually, it's thanks, Internet. Goodness sakes. This is gonna be the shortest second half of the stream. I pushed it too far. I was a fool. Thanks, my dude. Okay. Well, you know, I'm sorry. This is hilarious to me. I love how the YouTube side is totally behaving, meanwhile the Twitch side was like, ah! In fairness, it's running a little bit behind. Oh, there it goes. It's glitching. Good job. Okay. So, yeah. Where am I going? Yes, thank you. I'm not sure. Basically, okay, so here's what was gonna happen. After I got those three, I was gonna finish talking about popsicle sticks, and then I was gonna end stream. And then my internet decided to poop out on me and disconnect the stream for me. Okay. I mean, technically, nothing's wrong with having like a 3.5 minute VOD or something like that. Okay, we're just gonna do one more run. One more run to at least balance out the weirdness that happened. This is what I get for talking about popsicle sticks. The internet didn't want you to know the difference between crafting sticks. No, it was because I was talking about silicone molds and making dice. That's what it was. The internet didn't want you to know there's a difference between food-safe molds and ones for crafting other stuff. If you want to make something that's edible, you gotta choose food safe and you gotta keep it only to food stuff. So then you can keep it food safe. That's what I was trying to say. Oh my gosh, my freaking Twitch app just ate it. It just crashed so badly. My poor Twitch app is struggling so badly. You poor thing. Goodness sakes. Okay. In hindsight, it's funny. In the moment, it's not funny. But in all honesty, that's knock on my piano. That was the first time in a while that I've had that issue, so... It's a good time. It's a good time. Let's take these three out. I wonder if there is a way to make dice molds that are food safe. I have a friend who I can ask about that. Because it'd be really funny to make dice out of like sugar or something like that. And then when it's rolled one too many bad rolls, just eat the d20. I think that'd be hilarious. Okay. We have made a lot of progress. I did check back, by the way, while, like, before we had a brief crash. We went from 14,600 and something to 8,842. So that puts us at a little almost to 6,000 XP that we grinded through in the stream. In all honesty, that's pretty good for me today. Whew. So, I am going to save, because that is important. We like to save our progress. I haven't had any more surprises other than that one incident where I almost accidentally nuked all of my progress. That would have been horrendous. Awesome. Alright, that is going to be it for the stream. I am going to stream tomorrow, which is a Tuesday at 9:30 EST PM. 9:30 at night EST, or if you're in the PST zone, it's 6:30 PM PST. And then if I add, is it adding 8? Let's see, 6. Wait, no. What if I do 5 instead from the 9? 13. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's like 1 AM GMT or something like that. Poor souls in England. Yikes. This is why stream times are fun! Alright, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked watching the streams on Twitch and want to get notifications for whenever I go live, you can hit the follow button. Or if you want to follow the YouTube side, that would be the subscribe button. You'll have to use the bell for notifications. Or you can follow my socials, which are twitter.com/yellowfang42 or Blue Sky. I also do community posts on my YouTube to announce when I'm going live. Usually I just announce when I'm actually live, but I think announcing an hour before, I might get in the habit of it. We'll see. Thank you so much for joining me briefly, however long, on this journey, which will continue tomorrow. Have a good one. Here is the end card or ending stream. It's not really an end card, is it? Alright, here you go. Have a good one.